All right, Vaughn Empowers Talks. This is our episode, Truth or Myth. We're going to sit down. Deetra's going to go as much or as little as she wants to. Truth or myth? Corporate America was never built for Black women to win. Truth or myth?
Truth, 100%.
Ooh.
But here's the deal. You have to realize that corporate America has corporate in front of America. It modifies America. And America wasn't meant for Black women to win. So there's no reason that the thing that modifies that would also be counter to what it is. And so we have to recognize, people say the system is broken. No, it's not. It's working exactly the way it was designed to work.
Yeah.
And that was for us not to win. And so we have to figure out, how do we circumvent the rules that have been put in place to keep us down? And we can still win. So just because it wasn't designed for us to win doesn't mean we can't win in it. And that's where the strategy comes in.
Yeah, the strategy. Truth or myth? Companies don't have toxic cultures. They have toxic leaders. Truth or myth?
Myth. Some companies do absolutely have toxic cultures, because toxic cultures allow you to hire and keep toxic leaders. So if you have toxic leaders, it's because you have a toxic culture.
Yeah, that's good. Truth or myth? Hard work alone has never gotten anyone to the top.
Truth. Hard work is required, but alone, absolutely not. It is not what you know, it's who you know and who knows what you know that's willing to tell people they know you know it. And so you have to have a combination of things. There is a formula and there is a recipe for success. Hard work is a key factor in it, but it is not the only factor in it.
Wow. Truth or myth? Being liked gets you further than being qualified. Truth or myth?
Truth. It can't be liked alone, but people hire who they know, like, and trust. And if they like you, they'll figure out how to get you qualified.
That's so good. They will figure out how to get you qualified. That is so true. Truth or myth? Black women have to be twice as good to get half the respect. Truth or myth?
There is some, I'm going to say in the middle, there is some truth to it. And I want to say truth, but I don't want you all to lean into this truth, because we have leaned so hard into we have to be 10 times as good to be half as much, which means we're accepting half as much pay for doing 10 times more work. And I want us to stop that.
Yeah.
And so there is some truth. We have to be good, but I want us to start building our own network so that when one of us gets in the door, we kick that door down and let other people in.
Yeah, that's good. Truth or myth? Some leaders are only in charge because no one else wanted the responsibility.
100% true. 100% true. And they are horrible. Those leaders will make you either suicidal or homicidal. Those are the worst leaders, but leadership is hard. And so most of us, the most qualified people, are the ones waiting for someone to tap them on the shoulder and say, you need to lead. And no one's ever going to do that. No one's coming to pick you. You have to be audacious enough to say, I'm the person that needs this job. But there are so many opportunities that people who are waiting by will take and know they're unqualified for, simply because no one else raised their hand.
Simply because no one else raised their hand. Truth or myth? A lot of team players are just people too afraid to advocate for themselves. Truth or myth?
Oh my gosh, it's so true. Some of y'all, I'm a team player, and hoping, it's like you see a guy at the bar and you hoping you just putting a little show down. He gonna come say something. No, he's not. Go over there. Send him a drink. The same thing is true for team. I'm a team player, so I'm gonna work extra hard. I'm gonna pick up some of your slack. I'm gonna do the work so they can see I'm a team player. No, what they see is you need to stay where you are, because if you are irreplaceable, you're unpromotable. Right? And so if I can't imagine someone doing all that you do, I need to keep you right there.
Yeah. Truth or myth? Burnout isn't caused by work, it's caused by lack of boundaries. Truth or myth?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm going to say true, because if you put the right boundaries in place, you wouldn't work that hard. Yeah, I'm going to say true.
Truth or myth? Some leaders mistake controlling people for leading them.
True. People don't understand the difference between management and leadership. Management comes from the Latin manus, which means hands. That means doing. And so a manager is a person that does it alongside of you at a higher level. To give an example, leaders are the people that, like, I am not an accountant. You do. If I do your accounting, you're going to prison. flat out, right? Bottom line, you're going to prison. But I can lead accountants because I know as a leader, my job is to give you the resources and tools that you need to do the best job you can do. And that has nothing to do with me knowing accounting.
Yeah. Last one, truth or myth? Your job will replace you before they even announce the meeting.
It's
Truth.
true. I tell people this. I did a series on this. I'm on a nationally syndicated radio show, and I did a series on this about like pending layoffs and stuff. And I talked about how oftentimes your organization knows at least 6 months to a year before you're laid off that you're going to be laid off. Because we're sitting like right now, companies are looking at their numbers depending on where their fiscal year starts. If their fiscal year starts in January, they know who they're laying off in September.
Yeah.
Because they're looking at the numbers, they know the projections, and we have great projections. And so we know where the money's going to be, and we know who potentially will be laid off. If things don't change by Q1, we're laying off these people in Q4.
That is so good. Because I think I don't think people get so surprised when they get the note that they done got laid off or fired.
I tell people and I teach this to my students at Mercer. I teach them follow what's going on, follow the trends, look at the news, and not just for the salacious stuff, but see what suppliers are doing. Know how your company makes money. If you don't know how your company makes money, you're probably at the top of the list of getting fired.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're following, you're tracking and know the directions your company's going in. Hey, if we're moving towards this thing and we're moving from this supplier to this supplier and this supplier supplies my unit and we're not working with that supplier anymore, I'm seeing new names. Baby, your unit might be going away. Start looking in other opportunities. You can stay in your current company and avoid the layoff if you're just mindful of what's happening, what supply chain looks like, where your company is shifting their strategy. It'll tell you everything you need to know about how you need to move.
Vaughn and Power Talks, truth or myth? That was great. Yeah. Thank you, Dethra. Yeah, that was good. If that blessed you, trust me, you've only scratched the surface. There's so much more wisdom, truth, and transformation waiting in the full conversation. Click the link in the caption below to watch the entire interview. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Vaughn and Power Talks.